Alright. Everything working? Yeah. I distracted and slow this morning, which is everything's normal, I guess. My coffee's not very good, but what are you gonna do? There. I need to be a better angle. Let's change it. Live editing. Oh, whoa, how'd that get? How are we doing this morning? Oh, Cremulous, we're doing great. I'm actually doing pretty good. I heard back. I found this ad on Craigslist for there's a show here in Portland on March 7th, and let's do even more there. It's 3 bands, and there's like a headliner band and 2 other bands. But they were looking for the 2 other bands to play with them, and I was like, "What the heck? Shoot your shot, apply." And so I contacted them and described myself, and I actually heard back. They were like, "Yeah, the 7 o'clock slot is still open." They had like a 7 and a 7:45, and then they play at 8:30, I think. And they're like, they messaged back and they're like, "Hey, what's your draw?" And I was like, "All right, well, since my draw is essentially 0, I mean, I can get more than that, just if I have to." But I told them it's not very much, and they were like, "The draw is fine," and so I think I'm playing that show March 7th. So I'm feeling pretty good that I got another gig booked. In the meantime, this is technically a gig right now, so I should probably play some music, wouldn't you think? Here we go. Here is Out of Hand. Get my right screen open here. All right. Foregone, never lost the way, set out alone, right on, and found that place, the path you're setting out on, truly cause you pain, but there's no life worth living, doesn't include rain, out of hand, intercepted, vagabond, out of hand, fight on, out of hand, forgetting the protections of the firewall we get to hold. Remember the last foregone, never came back again, speculative money is on. They found that place, and we're still getting along. But there's some pain, and every generation adds more links to this life's chain. Out of hand, intercepted, vagabond, out of hand, fight on. Out of hand, forgetting the protections of the firewall we get to hold. Intercepted, vagabond, out of hand, fight on, out of hand, intercepted, vagabond, out of hand, fight on, out of hand, forgetting the protections of the firewall we get to hold, we get to roll. Speaking of out of hand, those cats, they're a little bit out of line there. I don't know how they spin their heads like that, but good morning. Something tickling my eye. They just roll. Oh, that makes sense. I missed that. I am very slow this morning, aren't I? You've probably done that a million times and I've never noticed, so now I know. You're used to it. Wow. Thanks. Boy, I'm really brimming with confidence now this morning. Oh well. Life goes on. It counts to one, goes on, and never looks back. You know, usually I seem to luck out when I release a song. It tends to end up in the first day's set list, and it's not on purpose. I just have gotten lucky with that. But this time it's not until day 3 after. Can't believe it's so late in the day already. Now I feel rushed. Yeah, it's time flies. I'm glad I started on time, so I can at least you're not late. I don't know if that made any sense at all. It seemed like it was going to in my head, but now I'll put you to sleep. Trace the shadow's face before the evening comes and take it away. Or maybe change the window's place, try to squeeze a little time out of the day. Da-da-doo, da-da-doo. Drain the shallow lake of all the deviating thoughts that wanna play. Or maybe change the widow's fate so that her grieving doesn't even start that way. Da-da-doo, da-da-doo. So you don't think about it. Da-da-doo, da-da, da-da-doo, da-da-doo. That was a cool chord. All right. Another newish song that I can't ever remember the words to. This one will be a while till I remember because they're fast and there's a lot of words. I kind of had them memorized, but it's one of those things where you've got to get that like first version where it's like you're barely holding it in your head, but it's there, and it's sort of that rote memorization, whatever, like kind of in your short-term memory maybe. And you're just holding it there like a stack of cards, and then you perform it that way a couple of times, and eventually it like locks in, but since we all know I don't practice except on straight, it might be a while till I have that. All right, here is Solid Run. I'm starting right over. I forgot how. Okay. Solid Run. And hopefully a solid run of Solid Run. Let's try it again. Instead of love, you should shot me a ditto, lulling me back to the pillow. I asked a lot of just a little, and she folded up and faced away. I've always felt like the runt of the litter, accepted but never forgiven, dejected but keeping on living till I fall upon the brighter days, brighter days. Down to the atom, infinitely hard to fathom. Good days once upon a time I had a solid run. Alone and locked in a prison, with a dream and a hope that I whittled, trying not to be bitter, but I'm coming up on my final days. You can get a lot from a little, from the end all the way to the middle. Clarity locked in a riddle is not supposed to be the final say, the final say. Down to the atom, infinitely hard to fathom. Good days once upon a time I had a solid run. Down to the atom, infinitely hard to fathom. Good days once upon a time I had a solid run. I was watching reruns of my favorite tow truck show and noticed the guy said you can do a lot with a little. Did he start singing my song? I'd be impressed if it's reruns already, because that song's only like 2 months old. I know, I stole the expression. Something went out a little bit on me while I was playing too. looking ahead of my list, mentally preparing for whatever I got. It's funny how you kind of have to do that. It's here's in the midst of all the fuss. You're fighting your demons, calling me home, and all I ever do is leave you, 'cause I'm wrestling my own day in, day out. Weeks and months and years go by, a million things go right perpendicularly. I never say I'm over it, I guess I just wish someone would want to know what I feel, and why I'd like it different at all. I hop up on the bus and ride it all around as I calm down. In this whole universe, the only truth I've found is you're gonna get let down. Here's my stop, let me hop on down. Together alone, we're wrestling my home. I'm going this way, you're going that, perpendicularly. I can feel that one day you'll be gone. I wonder if it already time keeps marching on, and it's sickening me. Please don't take this like I'm giving up on you. I'm trying to catch a moment where I've thought the whole thing through. Seasons are churning like they were never here at all. Summer's here and I'm still trying to understand the fall, swirling all around. My heart is racing now, like the trees have shed their gown. In the midst of all the fuss, another moment's born, and I can only hope I'm proud. Every time I stop, I get a little more unwound. La da 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 dee da 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 da. La da 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 dee da 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 da. La da 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 dee da 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 da. La da 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 dee da 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 da. La da da da. La da da da. La da da da. La da 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 da. And it can build me up, swirling all around. My heart is racing now, like the king who shed his crowns. In the midst of all the fuss, I can egregiously finally see I'm proud. Here's my stop, let me hop on down. Here's my stop, let me hop on down. Here is my stop, let me hop on down. Skizzed on the bop and go. I like it. It's funny. I'm two things are happening this morning. I mean, I'm still a little bit tired. I slept okay last night, but it was kind of in and out. Like I got 8 or 9 hours, maybe a little bit more. But it was sort of like I'd like half wake up and go back to sleep. So I'm a little bit tired, but I feel pretty good overall, and so I feel good playing. And I'm also thinking about that gig and trying to like practice that, like rehearse mentally what it's like playing live and how it might be at that show. I have no idea, what it'll be, but it's causing me to get distracted because I'm like, in my head looking at the audience, and then I lose my place. It's funny how that's happened. It's good that I'm practicing that way, because it's just a weird thing. I feel like I'm singing well this morning, too. Though it sounds like a tiny bit pitchy, but like in a good way. I don't know. It's weird. Just ignore me. Talking to myself out loud. And yes, I talk to myself in my head a lot. I think we all do. Whether we admit it or not. It's wedding time. My dog is sleeping through it, so it can't be bad. Well, that's... I mean, I don't know how informative it is, but... nice to have some parameters around it, though. Get some understanding. Here is the Thirst. I'm probably gonna play this one on the 7th. It's they said they wanted someone like rock and blues, and it's only 30 or 45 minutes. So I'll do The Victim. I'll do Am. I might do Dower. The biggest thing I want to try to like limit the capo changes, because with a short show, like I don't want to be up there changing capo between every single song. But I feel like The Thirst might be a good one. It's not quite as rocky. I'm going to do I Don't Need You. They said rocky, bluesy. I Don't Need You is a good bluesy kind of love song. I'm not sure of the full set list yet. I might try to go through the list and see if I can find another one that I've wanted to do for a while that I can learn for that. Anyway, in the meantime, here is The Soif. Treachery became distasteful. I'd only have to say refrain from passing down the wayside. All of us who care already know we lost our way. Someone is on places we say could never really be discerned, and therein the distinction, a place of inner peace where no one wants to seize this day. The goal is not the truth, it's the thirst that gratifies you. Pass down the knowledge we've saved from learning from our dumb mistakes. The future is the prize, perfection is the chase, and that's the genius life erased. The goal is not the truth, it's the thirst that gratifies you. The goal is not the truth, it's the thirst that gratifies you. I see lightsabers. Where the heck? That is a cool emote. I don't really understand it exactly. There's a lot going on there. It's still very cool though. I have no idea, I just showed up. Yeah, I back when I watched Twitch a lot, I used to turn off gifted subs to channels that I don't follow. Maybe you follow them, so maybe but I think it's a pudding cup. Oh, that could make sense. Yeah, that does make sense. I still don't. I mean, there's a lot. There's still a lot of like clear references to something in that channel that's just funny to try to. Oh, okay, definitely a pudding cup. I do not know why. What the heck? That is a great emote right there. It doesn't. Yeah. But before I turned off, follows, only gifting to channels I follow, because what'll happen is you like lurk in a channel, and then you throughout the night, like you'll raid through tons of channels, and any of those you show up in, you become a candidate for gifted subs. And I think that's great. I don't mind getting the subs, but I did it from a perspective of, a sub to me wasn't helping that channel. Like, I mean, they were getting some money, but it's kind of a waste of money because half that money just goes to Twitch. And but before I turned that off, I used to get a bunch of crazy emotes. I'm like, what the heck? But I just can't keep up with emotes. There's too many. And that's a direct quote from my grandmother, who said the same thing. She couldn't keep up with emotes in this letter that she wrote in 1951. What an amazing segue. That probably makes no sense. I don't think it even makes sense to me, but that's okay. Here's Dear Love. Dear love, how are things going by now? I just hope that you can read this. Sugar, you're all that I ever think about. understand it, waiting for our Friday nights to come around. P.S. I'll love you always. If I ever get to where I'm posting things on Instagram, it should be soon, that's what I'm hoping for, but that would be a great candidate for a daily, like, I feel like I played that really well. Whether I did or not, I enjoyed it. I was trying to find some thirsty modes. Be careful. I could. That's the hydrate's good. The salt, eh. Yeah, the hydrate's probably the closest one. I don't know. You're right. How would you even do that as an emote? You know, and not in the euphemistic way. Oh, this is awesome. 3 songs in a row that I don't have to change the capo. It might not be a whole lot great, but it's a little great. I say not a whole lot, I say not a whole lot great. I say I'm still real and you ask me from what? You ask me from what I'm trying to escape. And I say I'm healing and dealing with my head against the ceiling. Each day is revealing and nothing that's appealing. You say what you feel and I say not a whole lot, I say not a whole lot great. You say stop conceding, I say I'd like to stop. I say I'd like to stop the hate. I say it's got me kneeling, you say then get up. You say then get up and face your fate. Oh, and that feeling's appealing, trying to start stealing. I am willing, but haven't even started healing. You say stop conceding, I say I'd like to stop. I say I'd like to stop the hate. You say what you feel, I say not a whole lot, I say not a whole lot great. There's my talent coach bobbing her head. It's hilarious to me how much he looks like her. Like he could be her like cousin or it's funny. And the way like he's got that little like side smile and the motion of the head. It's pretty much uncanny. It's crazy. And they are calling for snow here. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think is what it said. And you can tell it's like it's not crazy cold. It's like 30 degrees, at night. Yay, snow? I don't think so. I guess it's not gonna bother me too much because it's not like I have to go out in it, and I'm fasting right now, so it's not like I can go out to eat or go get drinks or anything like that. It really might just affect my walk, which would be kind of annoying, but it's been kind of affected anyway. There's construction happening, and both positive and negative. The detour I have to take adds like a half mile to my walk, so it's good because I'm walking more, but it's just annoying. And then they keep like moving stuff around, so I have to change my route every day. And it's it sounds like a stupid thing to complain about, but like it's like a stress. It's a weird like thing I have to make a decision about that's annoying. I would have complained less about the snow we got if I wasn't also working 12-hour days and having to drive. Yeah, that's my thing with snow. Like, I developed that kind of bias against it because it would always affect me driving back and forth to work. But the snow itself, I don't really mind. I actually like it. I mean, if I was out in a cabin in Alaska, just stranded for a couple of weeks, I would love that, as long as I wasn't worried that I would be like stuck there forever and die, right? Like, but that kind of thing I kind of like. But it's that having to go out in it or risk being at work and then having to drive home like you did the other day. That stuff I just as soon not deal with snow at all. But it is nice, especially when it's nice and I always liked being out in the woods. When it was snowing, when it's not windy, and it's just you can like the snowflakes are big enough that they make just a little bit of noise, so you hear that like the sound of it falling, and it's just quiet, and because it's just dead silent when there's snow on the ground. I love that, but again, I hate driving in it. So why did I go to Capo 3? This is on Capo 4. Capo, that's true. I actually want it to be on 4 though, so I just went to 3 for some reason. And I'll probably play the victim now instead of Anne. But this is supposed to be Am. No, I've got it. I got the right one. I just was listening to the recording of this the other day, and I forgot that I'd added some extra chords at the beginning, and I don't remember. It's where the little ooh comes in. Anyway, here's Am. VidCam. That one. Putting the I in victim. Letting go because I have to, not because I want to. I wish I'd known how deep in love I was. What a prize for not knowing. I was broken too. Wish I'd known then just how much I was. Wish I'd known how hard to read I was. Yeah. The surrendering I was showing, my heart belonged to you. Wish I'd known how naive I was. It's just too hard to learn a lesson, still bewildered by the fall. The answers are still questions, there's no peace in there at all. A lifetime climbing mountains to be thwarted by a wall. I don't know what that was. Wish I'd known how deep in love I was. Don't give me the eyeballs. All right. Next up is what will be the next quote unquote single. And what did I say I was going to call him? I already forgot. I'm hoping you remember, because I do not remember what I said I was going to call him. Speaking of names for things, though, I've noticed a really common thing that I like to do is to put an instrumental bridge in songs, and it's basically especially kind of quick sounding things, but it's different from the rest of the song, so like a big change. And I've started calling it a boogie, and a lot of my songs have a boogie. So even in the midst of all the fuss, that part where it goes different, a dog. No, you definitely heard it because you gave me an alternate idea, and then I said something, and then it was just a couple of streams ago, but I don't remember what it was. Oh well. Anyway, this song is going to be the next thing I record, and I would have already started it, but I am way behind on my videos, and today I have to catch up on them today. But after that, I'll do this one, and then the cat. I really want to I'd like to get 4 songs tracked before my next trip to California, and that I leave February 12th. So it's definitely doable, if not just tracked, even released. But derp, yeah. I wish I could remember the name. It's terrible because I felt really good that I had this term. Latest. Oh well. It could just be released, but my next nugget, something like that. I was like, there was something I said. Here it is. Tough pill to swallow. How could I known you were preying upon the first thing that came along? I was sure it was love by the day you were gone. Maybe that's not much. Thinking maybe if I played you a song, you'd open up your trust. Behind these walls was where you belonged, just caught in the dust. I'm telling you, you left based solely on lies. It's a tough pill to swallow. It's worse than if you had died. I can't make sense of it all, no. It's torture watching you move on. My heart won't stop, it's longing for you. I'm trying now to make sense that you're gone, but it seems so freaking rushed. It seems like only a second beyond that moment we first touched. It's gotta be. You left based solely on lies. It's a tough pill to swallow. It's worse than if you had died. I can't make sense of it all, no. It's torture watching you move on. My heart won't stop, it's longing for you. Here's the boogie. It doesn't come from the nose. Based solely on lies, it's a tough pill to swallow. You left based solely on lies, it's a tough pill to swallow. Yes, worse than if you had died. I can't make sense of it all, no. It's torture watching you move on. My heart won't stop, it's longing for you. Uncomfortable silence. You read my mind? Well, it's not that hard. Wow. Wow. Just dogs and dogs and boogers. Yeah. Wow. It's funny. I actually did. I was in the midst of saying that as that came out. It's hilarious. Reminds me of one of the things that my dad will say a lot. He's like, I thought it was blood, but it's not. Speaking of snot, that's not gross. It's fine. My nose has been running for like, oh, Dad. He's got a ton of them. I've been collecting a whole bunch of his sayings in a document. And I'd love to put them in a song, but I've yet figured out how to get them all in there together. Even if I don't get them all, like even getting a good percentage of them. Man, a lot of alerts. Sorry if my phone is making the microphone buzz. Oh, Dad. All right. This is a song about all my songs, because they all are perfect words, which actually makes no sense once you hear the song, but it's fine. Here's perfect words. Shouldn't have been blind for so long. 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 I can't believe what she did to me. I can't believe what she hid from me. I can't believe things will get better somehow. I can't believe that I'll get over this now. There are no perfect words for me to sing to you. There is no perfect song, so this will have to do. Oh, 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 Can you believe what she did to me? Can you believe what she hid from me? Can you believe things will get better somehow? Can you believe that I'll get over this now? There are no perfect words for me to sing to you. There is no perfect song, so this will have to do. Oh, 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 I'll never let it go. You'll never know that I know. I'll never let it go. You'll never know. You'll never know. I'll never let it go. You'll never know that I know. I'll never let it go. You'll never know. You'll never know. I'll never let it go. You'll never know that I know. I'll never let it go. You'll never know. You'll never know. I'll never let it go. You'll never know that I know. Sounds like something the cats at the shelter would sing to me when I hide the nail trimmers and start giving them seemingly innocent attention. That actually sounds very much like it came from a cat. You'll never, like, I'll never let it go. You'll never know that I know. It's very cat. Everything about that's very cat-like. Coincidentally, this next one, actually the next two could both be from a cat. So if my guitar will ever cooperate, I will play it for you. Right. They definitely remember from month to month that I and that part. Yeah, they're vindictive too. Speaking of, here's the victim, which I can't remember how it goes. There we go. All right. You wouldn't know sympathy if it spared you your life. Stab someone in the back, then try to claim it's suicide. The only victim you've ever known is you. And you hate everyone who won't agree with you. You blame choking on a French fry, blindness on the night, being frozen on a wildfire, or judgment on inside. You deny that the plane was flying. If it helps you to believe that the world left you you ask it for more time. You're the only one who matters to you. And you hate everyone who won't agree with you. You blame choking on a French fry, blindness on the night, frozen on a wildfire, or judgment on inside. You deny that the plane was flying. If it helps you to believe that the world left you behind. French fry, blindness on the night, being frozen on a wildfire, oh, judgment on inside. You deny that the plane was flying. If it helped you to believe that the world left you behind. There's the bop and go again. So this next one, also a song from a cat, but I have in my notes Capo 4, but I don't remember what capo I recorded it on, so I had to maybe update my note. I think I do it on capo 5. Here's the fish, said the Mafia Man. And he spoke to me from beyond the waves, said my home is not where you'll fall, just give your world a little bit more time. So I listened close to the point he made, clear the road I thought was blocked off, looking for the peace he said I'd find. But who am I to listen to philosophies from a world I don't know? Deception breeds hope, this I know so well. And memory is blind, but my reason isn't clouded by time, only by the stories that he might tell. So I reeled around the sun, basking in the havoc that I wrought. Don't be afraid to die. Then I came to him just out of his reach, said my home is your new master, better say your piece while I ban this guy, since you're my new slave. But he told me that he wouldn't teach if he thought the world would die faster, cause to keep it all he only ever gave. But who am I to listen to someone under my own control, idolize my captive and desert my pain, while the hook that pierces through pulls me back toward that hole of the sacrifice of 1,000,000 slain. While I reeled around the sun, broken from the havoc that I wrought, still not afraid to die. From what I saw, I already jumped, didn't I? Drowning in my own reality. Can I breathe? I really like that clappy moment. Looking for a fish, but I found this. It's very similar. The dumpster fire. Perfect. That's what I always see with that one, the Zippo, because like when it's small, it I don't know, it all kind of like, you don't really get a sense of scale. So. Yeah, that one. I mean, it's a narrower fire, but the ratio and everything is about the same. So like, for some reason, I always see the dumpster. Well, that, as they say, is that for the day. I'll be live tomorrow, and then hopefully go nuts recording songs after that. Maybe even today, but those videos, I really need to stay on top of those because they're not that hard. I can knock them out usually in an hour or so each. But when I get behind on them, they really feel daunting for some reason. So. that's my plan for today. After my walk. But yeah, I'll be live tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. You know the drill. Bye.